Hello, everybody. I'm Mr. Reddick, your genetics teacher, in case you forgot. Every week, as we do this new online learning, I'm going to give you a little introduction video of basically what you need to do and what is expected. Uh, I have to say, for genetics, I was a little bit worried about doing it. It's something new for me, so I have to find all new things to do what was normally on pencil and paper, which in many ways genetics is a lot like math. You need to write in pencil because you make mistakes. So trying to find new ways of doing it is what I've been doing this week. So um, this week we are going to focus on DNA structure and replication. So everybody should have received the email here that you see posted and basically what is expected in the 5 days of the week. You will also find this on Google Classroom, which is where I recommend that you actually open it up because some of the files are found on the Google Classroom. So just what we're doing here. So day one, Monday, you're going to be watching the Double Helix. So it's a short film done by the Howard Hughes Medical Institute and goes through the structure of DNA, how they discovered the structure. So you'll see Watson and Crick talking about their discovery. And then you just take a little quick quiz there. So it's a Google form. Should take you about, there's about 3 questions, shouldn't take too long. When you're done with that, you might want to watch these videos here. Where do viruses come from? Since viruses are basically DNA and protein, and it might be interesting to see where um, how they're in our cells, and in particular the coronavirus disease. Nice little short video on that, what it causes and what it does. Um, you will need to have watched that by Friday anyway, so if you get a few minutes here or there, you may want to watch those two videos much on Friday. Uh, Tuesday, we're going to go into DNA replication. So there's a couple little videos here on that. So you can watch those. And then you have a little interactive thing here with on this website here that you'll find too. So you're just going to hit the play button and it goes through the enzymes and what happens there. So you're going to want to do that. Kind of shows you how replication takes steps. And when you're done with that, go to Google Classroom and you will find a document called DNA Replication Enzymes. So that shows up here, and basically you're just going to write down the spell my words correctly. Uh, just go through the enzymes and tell me what they do in terms of DNA replication. All right. Uh, Day three, we're going to have some notes. So I gave you the paper fill-ins earlier before the break. Um, since most of that I do on the board, it's not going to be quite as easy to do, but I did apply it another paper version online that you can use. So you can either fill out the notes online or you can print it off and copy it that way. Also, I'll have my PowerPoint notes that I would normally give and the sketch notes I would write on the board are all filled out so you can see how replication works. So the goal Wednesday is just basically to have some notes on DNA replication so that you can answer the questions that you need to on tomorrow. So tomorrow is basically explaining the steps on Thursday. So you're going to be explaining the steps of DNA replication. So there's a couple of websites here where you can actually build DNA molecules. So the first one's a pretty simple one where you're just matching the correct letters and doing that. And if you want a bigger challenge, um, you can do this one here, the second one. And that's an interesting one. I was not very successful at doing that. You might try and see how well you can make DNA and see if you can make less mistakes than your own body does. And then finally, you're just going to go to a Google Doc, which is here, and you're just going to list the steps in DNA replication. Just give me a basic guideline of what happens when. Make sure you list all the enzymes that you did on Tuesday so that you can, that should be in all your steps. And that pretty much should mark out steps. You can draw it or write it or however you want to do the steps, as long as I get a copy of it. And then finally, just give me the complementary strand of the following DNA template. All right, and then finally on Friday, we're going to look at how DNA replication actually relates to the coronavirus crisis that we're now facing. And I should point out, I hope everybody's doing well with the social distancing so that we can probably get rid of this disorder faster than we would if we didn't social distance. If anyone's ever seen the what happened in 1918, where 25% of the world's population died, we definitely want to prevent that. And coronavirus, they say most people don't even know what's going on or have symptoms, but it does cause some scarring if you do get the disease. So you don't want that lung scarring. I'm looking at using my lungs for another 50 years. Some of you are certainly planning to use yours longer. You don't want that kind of scarring to go on. However, there's a couple of things where we use DNA replication to do scientific studies and on coronavirus. So we're going to look at what is PCR, which utilizes the replication method to make more DNA. So watch that. And then there's this DNA episode on the basically the first 12 minutes is all you have to watch. And it's on the Sanger sequencing system. You can watch a shorter version here if 12 minutes is too long. And then there's a final paper you have to fill out on the PCR and Sanger sequencing method, which is found on the doc. So if you need any help, give me an email. I will be working on next week's assignments, grading assignments, and things like that. So you have till 11:59 on Sunday to get everything turned in. So make sure you're doing it. If you do it in the system that I have listed here, it shouldn't take you that long, and be there too late on Sunday. You probably have a bunch of other classes to get work done as well. So be too hard on you to do. So hope everyone has a good week. And again, if you have any questions, just give me an email. If there's enough people, we might have to do a Google Meet or something to talk to each other about it. There is some logistics with that for basically child protection. We have to have two teachers to do a Google Meet, like that. So I would have to get somebody else to join in on us as we go through this stuff. So it's not a very easy task. Anyway, good luck with your week and hope you have a good one. And I'll be looking forward to seeing your responses. So goodbye.